Let's do your Astro-Tarot. Oh, we're going into Aries season. Oh, Aries. Not my favorite thing. Because we've got Neptune and the Sun, and Saturn, and Venus, and Chiron and Aries. I just feel like Neptune and Aries is like spiritual WAR, right? And of course it is WAR. And the moon, we're in Gemini. It's very adversarial. It's also the two sides of things, opposing sides. One side feels this way, and another side feels another way. And this is not my, Aries season is not my favorite thing. My mother's an Aries. When I was young, we used to fight like cats and dogs, and I just find something suppressive about it. But this is start of the new year, right? Woohoo! Pure force and aggression, and no backing down. And if you don't do what I say, I'm gonna burn the house down. And that's pretty much, yeah. Mars trine Jupiter times 20 billion, right? X that times 10, whatever you want to call it. And I just think that's very interesting. And with this Saturn conjunct Neptune and also Saturn sextiling Pluto, it just feels like, how do I say it? Not fun. I just try not to say the words, try to maintain positivity. I try not to get too involved in the controversy, but how can you not? With Aries, this is how Aries works. This is how I can understand it. You try to avoid the fight, but once it gets kicked off, you can't. You must face it head on, and you must bump heads, and there's no backing down. And that's why once an Aries is angry, yeah, your world gets shredded. Like, it's better to not get there to begin with. But once you start, you can't stop it. It's a force you cannot stop. And it's not fun. It's like equivalent to one of those electric car batteries. Once they catch on fire, good luck with that. It's a dumpster fire. Dumpster fire. Sun and Aries. Oh, even more. And Moon and Gemini. Ugh. My sibling's a Gemini. So it was kind of like, we have a rough time too. We've had a rough relationship. And I can say so because I'm now in my 50s and I've been through my Chiron return and all that fun stuff. So let's do our Astro-Tarot for that. Anyways, okay. Enough of that. Venus, beauty, artistry, and love. And so if we look in our chart, right, we just discussed Venus. Venus is, it's an Aries, of course. Aggressive beauty, artistry, and love. Venus and Aries can also be about, I feel like it can be about changing this beauty standards of things and people, beauty standards changing. And then we have Uranus, revolution, invention, eccentricity. Yes, very eccentric. And it's in Taurus. So changing the idea of what wealth is and beauty and a new invention, revolution. So there's also revolution coming our way, right? Revolutionaries. I'll just say that. Okay, the next one we've got is Vesta. Inner spark, sacrifice, devotion. And that's, yes, if you want anything in this world right now, you will have to work 20 times harder than you ever had to. Fire energy can really burn you out. That's why I said we have to rely on the fire signs to keep up with it, because I think like fire, like being Sagittarius, I feel like I have a lot of energy with this. I also do have moments of burnout, so do take rest. But the fire signs, people, we need you because you have the energy to go and go and go. We need you. We need you to melt the frozen ice cubes that are showing up, which I'm going to call the ICE. I'm going to be calling them fixed water. So our fixed water of Scorpio, it would make sense that they are fixed water, the ICE. They're very stubborn, unrelenting, and very dark. And many dark things are surrounding them. Let's just say that. We must protect the home, the heart, the hearth, if you want to preserve that. And then we've got fixed. Who's fitting and who's fixed to be tied, huh? Action, momentum, dedication. We need the fixed signs. Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius. That energy is what you use to learn how to square or oppose your hidden enemies. Well, how you deal with a Scorpio that is a hidden enemy, just know that a scorpion never changes. And me being from Arizona, you know what we used to do with scorpions? Since I come from a family of artists, my father had a jar of turpentine around, and we would put the scorpions in there. Poison met with poison. And it's a very slow battle. Because if you allow the scorpion, who's an adversary, to run free, they do nothing but cause pain. So the best thing is to not mess with them. Move them to another location, although they do move back. Learn that lesson. Because it's their territory. That's how they view it. Where they're at, it's their territory, and if you are in the way, you're a problem. Now, if you don't get in the way, you don't come across each other's paths, it's like they don't exist because you can't see them, but they always know where you're at because they can feel the vibration. They have ways of sensing where you're at that you are unaware of. So there's really no way to avoid this situation. At this bottom of the deck, we had super moon, very high emotional energy. This moon is in Gemini. We had our moon in Pisces, right? New moon. Luminosity, intimacy, hyper awareness. So having to be hyper aware of your surroundings, it's not going to feel good because fixed water seems unnatural. It seems uncomfortable. It stagnates. You know what stagnated water is like? Swamp water. It's dirty. You know what to do with swamp water? You remove it. Yeah, it has to be moved and placed elsewhere. It must be transformed. Scorpio must transform. This is a transformational phase of how we feel about how others are being treated. It must transform. And it can only at this point be met with head on, like a gladiator does. Not a fun time. Not a fun time. So today's very significant, isn't it? Significant indeed. It feels like very hidden because I think it's because we have this Neptune and Aries, like strategic battle. Remember that game Battleship? Your boards are faced away from each other, but you have to figure out where the person is at to sink their ship, like sonar, but it's like a board game. It's kind of like that. It's like not very well planned out. Not technology not really being used, just haphazard. Just show up, whether you're ready or not, and hope for the best. Chaotic, chaos magic. Also, know that we have a lot of moons, void and course too, and that's very blank, stagnant energy. So it feels like progression, but there's none. There's none. There's none. And I think that could be like the leftover energy of the Mercury retrograde. So, Mercury, communication, correspondence, expression. Communication is very high right now also, and it's very confusing and overwhelming, and is at the point to where what is real and what is not. And that's a very hard thing to do when you've got your Neptune and Aries. I feel like it's about cloudiness too. There's a lot of cloudiness. Uranus and Taurus, just unsure. A lot of cloudiness. Pisces and Mars, still very aggressive. Aggressive, boiling water. The boiling point, something's about to break. It's not fun. That's how it feels. That's what the energy I'm picking up on. So anyways, I hope that you are all staying well, stay safe, and stay calm. Aries can be very hot-headed and paranoid. Stay calm.